So in today's video, we are going to be discussing all things at Notts County and why, as of right now, they are currently my automatic promotion favourites. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know whether you think Notts County will finish at the end of this upcoming 23-24 campaign. In today's video then, we're going to be discussing last season's wonderful promotion from the National League. There's 6 new signings, my personal 5 key players for the upcoming campaign, and then what their potential lineup could look like when the season does officially start this Saturday. I don't specifically know off the top of my head who Notts County are playing. I feel like is it Sutton at home? I might be wrong there, but obviously they had an exceptional season last year, and now they're back in the Football League after a couple seasons in the National League. They finally got it right. Absolutely mental promotion against Chesterfield in the final, and even in against Boreham Wood in that semi-final. It was absolutely crazy. Make sure to drop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you're new as well, and let's get into it. Starting out then with last season, Notts County finished second in the National League, and obviously there is only one promotion spot automatically in the Step 5 of English football. After 46 games, they won 32, drawing 11 and only losing 3. They scored 117 goals. That was obviously the most in the league. They only conceded 42, which I think was one of the least in the league. Boreham Wood conceded 40, but apart from that, they did concede the second least in the league. That left them then on a positive 75 goal difference and 107 points. The last 5 matches were a draw, a win, a loss, and a win. In terms of their playoff campaign then, in the semi-final, they played against Boreham Wood, an absolutely crazy game. I watched both of their playoff matches, and obviously Boreham Wood were winning at 2-1. Upsets Aden, I'm not really too sure, Baldwin, in the 97th minute, the centre-back from about 40 yards out, slugs one into the back of the net. It's an absolutely unbelievable strike. It goes to extra time, and then when you think the game is destined for penalties, Jody Jones pops up with a 120th minute winner to send Notts County to Wembley. With the amount of twists and turns that they had throughout that season, it just made sense that their playoff campaign was not going to be any different to that. Into the playoff final then, they played obviously against Chesterfield, and this one again was an absolutely crazy game. Chesterfield took the lead through an Andrew Dallas penalty before John Bostock equalised in the 88th minute. Then Chesterfield scored in extra time and Ruben Rodriguez equalised in the 108th minute. The game went to penalties. Notts County won 4-3 on penalties after, John Bostock did that crazy chip penalty where it came back off the crossbar. Some heroics as well from, is it Archie May? I can't quite remember off the top of my head as well. Notts County were promoted back into the Football League, and they've made some decent signings so far. Here is how their current squad is currently looking now. I know it's a 4-2-3-1 graphic on paper, but obviously you can see that there is that right back, right wing back option, and I've put them in their natural position. Their brackets position is where they're probably going to play under Luke Williams. Now, 76% of the time last season, Luke Williams played a 3-5-2, so the more likely we'll play that again this season. And like what I mentioned, their natural position is the one that you can see on screen. Obviously, right centre-back and left centre-back is dependent on their preferred foot. And then the position in brackets is where they'll probably play under Luke Williams at Notts County. Channel memberships are now cheaper than ever, with Tier 1 costing just 99p. Tier 2 has been reduced from $3.99 a month down to $1.99 a month. And Tier 3 has been reduced from $8.99 a month down to just $4.99 a month. Your support, as always, is massively appreciated. And the more members that we have, the better the content will be. Enjoy the rest of the video. In terms of their new signings then, they've made 6 of them so far, starting out with Aidan Stone, a goalkeeper who has come in on a 2-year contract after I think he was released by Port Vale up in League 1. Last season in League 1 he made 19 starts, he conceded 1.9 goals per game, and he's not a bad goalkeeper, but I think Notts County could have potentially got someone a little bit better. Obviously he's going to come in, provide that competition for Sam Slocum, and it looks more than likely, judging by pre-season, that he is going to be their number 1, but I don't think it's a bad option. They could have done a lot worse, but I think they could have potentially done someone a little bit better, in my opinion. They've also brought in Oliver Tipton on loan from Wolverhampton Wanderers until the end of the season. This one's a little bit interesting for me. 19 years of age, and they've already got a number of other right-footed centre-backs, so I don't really see how he's going to fit into this system, to be honest with you. He's not really played too much senior football. He made 4 appearances in the Football League Trophy last season for Wolverhampton Wanderers under-21s, but apart from that, he's hardly really featured, to be honest with you. So it seems a bit of a strange signing. Notts County fans, let me know how's he been getting on in pre-season so far. Someone who I have been really impressed by in terms of a signing is Will Randall. He's come in on a free transfer, I believe, after being, I think he turned down the new contract with Sutton United. Last season, in 34 starts, scored 6 goals and got 2 assists. Left midfielder, so I'm interested to see how he does actually fit in to this Notts County system. Is he going to play left wing back? Is he going to play central midfield as a more box-to-box sort of player? Because I think he's certainly got the physique to do that. But 8 goal contributions in 34 starts in what was a fairly average Sutton United side. I don't think that's a bad return whatsoever, to be honest with you. He averages 0.8 dribbles per 90 as well. I think he's a pretty good player and then smart pickup, in my opinion, on a free transfer at just 26 years of age. A 2-year contract does make sense. Jody Jones returned to the football club as well on a permanent basis. He spent some part of last season on loan from Oxford United. Now, I don't know specifically when he joined because there's not really a transfer window in non-league. But yeah, he joined there on loan after he's struggled massively with injuries over the last couple of years. Did really well there, to be fair. Obviously, scored that last-minute goal to send them to Wembley, and I think he's a really talented footballer. I think if he would have kept injury-free throughout his career, he would easily be playing in League One, if not the Championship, in my opinion. I really do think he is that good. He's looking to get his feet back on track, though, with Notts County, and now with this 2-year contract at just 25 years of age, there's still time for him to grow, and I do also think this one is a pretty decent signing. Dan Crowley has also come into the football club as well, again on a 2-year contract. Central midfielder, more of a number 10, but can play as a number 8 in maybe a 2 number 8s and pushing on a little bit more, and I think that's where he will play in that Notts County team. Last season in League One, scored 2 goals for, I think he was with Morecambe, wasn't he, for the second half of last season in 20 starts, but we all know how poor Morecambe were last season. I think, again, it's a really smart pickup. If Luke Williams can get the best out of Dan Crowley, you've got one of the best central midfielders in the league, in my opinion. 25 years of age, so again, still lots of time for him to grow and develop. He's very good at this high pressing sort of system, brilliant long ball distribution, and his short passing as well. He's an absolutely brilliant technician. He also got 5 assists as well, though, for Morecambe, so 7 goal contributions in 20 starts in a really poor Morecambe side is pretty impressive, in my opinion. He also averaged 1.6 dribbles per 90, 62% of them being successful. I do think he is a really talented footballer, and again, this one is a pretty smart pickup, in my opinion. And obviously, the best signing of them all, David McGoldrick has come in on a 2-year contract after turning down a new contract with League One outfit Derby County. 22 goals and 5 assists in 29 starts in League One last season. I think I would run out of words to describe David McGoldrick. He's going to be one of the best, definitely top 3 players in the league in this upcoming campaign. Now, obviously, he's going to provide some competition for Macaulay Langstaff. They'll probably play as a 2 up front, and they could genuinely get 80 goals between them next season in all competitions. I'm absolutely petrified when my team, Bradford City, come up against Notts County, but that's an absolutely outstanding signing. Yes, he's 35 years of age, but he's proven throughout his whole career he scores goals at whatever level he's been at. He even did well in the Premier League for Sheffield United, and that wasn't too long ago. Absolutely exceptional footballer, averaged a goal every 126 minutes in League One. Absolutely incredible. What a signing, what a player, and yeah, very petrified to be coming up against Notts County this season. In terms of who I personally think will be Notts County's 5 key players for this upcoming campaign, starting out with number 5, I have gone with Aaron Namane. Obviously did pretty well for them last season. Now, while wing back might not be his natural position, he is more of a winger. He's very good going forward, very good in the 1v1 situations. Last season played 35 times for Notts County, scoring 3 goals, and I think the more that he plays, the more he'll grow and develop into that role. Just 25 years of age, so there's still plenty for him to work on. I think he's a really good footballer. There was interest for him from a number of other clubs, but they managed to tie him down to a new contract, and I think he could be really key for them for this upcoming campaign. In at number 4, I have gone with Kyle Cameron. Now, centre-backs don't usually get as much praise as the rest of the team because they don't do the fancy stuff, but Kyle Cameron was so important for Notts County last season, played 44 matches for them, scored 2 goals, but overall an absolutely exceptional centre-back. Again, just 26 years of age, left-footed as well, so to provide some perfect balance for them. I think he's a really, really solid player at this level. Did really well for them last season. I think, again, he's going to be very key for them this season, in my opinion. In at number 3, I have got Matt Palmer, former Bradford City central midfielder as well. I think we had him on loan from Rotherham United. Last season, apparently he played 46 matches, but only 44 in the first team. I don't really understand how footballdatabase.eu really works. I mean, some of the other websites I've been using in the past haven't really been helpful. Remember that video when I said one player that every club needs to sell, and I said Junior Marias because he wasn't really going to play? Well, he's only played about 45 minutes for Notts County, according to some other website. I can't remember what it was, but we won't be using them ever again. Back onto Matt Palmer then. I think he's so key to the way Luke Williams wants his team to play. Brilliant delivery from set pieces. Last season, he was a part of 70% of their victories. Scored 2 goals as well, but when he picks up the ball, can turn with it, can spray a ball out wide, really good with his short passing, a brilliant technician. I think he's so key to Luke Williams' style of play that he's going to be massively important. And like what I say, brilliant from set pieces and all that sort of stuff. Again, just 28 years of age, so coming into his prime, a little bit more of a leader in that side as well. I think, again, brilliant technician, and he'll be very important for them in this upcoming campaign. I'm sure you can all guess who number 2 and number 1 are. In at number 2, I have gone with David McGoldrick. We've just touched on him there. I would run out of adjectives to describe David McGoldrick. We all know how good he's going to be for Notts County this season. I think he's going to score 25 goals this season, in my opinion. He's going to play more as a second striker just off Langstaff, I personally believe, and if he can keep himself fit for the majority of the campaign, he'll be absolutely exceptional this year. And like what I've mentioned before, brilliant footballer, and how Notts County have got him at this level, obviously that's just an absolutely unbelievable signing. And in at number 1, I have obviously got last season's National League Golden Boot winner, Macaulay Langstaff. What a player. I mean, the man scored 42 goals last season. 42 goals, absolutely exceptional. Obviously, I think none of them were penalties as well, so this season for me, I think he can get 30 goals easily from open play, and I think he's going to be their most important man. Even if he has a couple of games where he's injured or not really scoring, then you're going to rely on David McGoldrick. Like, they've got such a good strike partnership, and that's not even mentioning players like Sedwin Scott, who scored 15 goals last season, which is not a bad return at all, to be honest with you. And obviously, they've got Junior Marias coming through. They've got some very good striking options, but obviously, Langstaff and McGoldrick will be really taking them reins. Losing Ruben Rodriguez was a pretty significant loss. You know, he scored 18 goals for them last season and chipped in with 2 assists, but that's only going to make Langstaff and McGoldrick more determined to do well for Notts County and score more goals. And I think Macaulay Langstaff, in my opinion, he's currently the favourite to win the Golden Boot. I certainly wouldn't back against that, and with his record from last season, you can certainly see why. Now let's get into my potential lineup for the opening day of the season. Before I show you my potential starting lineup, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know what would your starting 11 be if everybody was to be fit. Here is mine. Now obviously things could change. I don't know who's injured, I don't know who's suspended, but if everybody was to be fit, here is how I would line up if I was personally Luke Williams. It looks like Aidan Stone is going to be the number 1, so I'd stick with him in goal. Into the back 3 then, on the right side I've got Connell Rawlinson, in the middle I've got Aidan Baldwin, and on the left I've got Kyle Cameron. As the 2 wing backs, we've got Aaron Namane on the right side and former Bradford City player Adam Dickson on the left side. He was absolutely abysmal for Bradford City, but he scored 9 goals last season for Notts County, and their fans seem to absolutely love him. He is also their only natural left wing back on the books as well. As that holding midfielder, number 6, obviously Matt Palmer, like what I mentioned before, absolutely brilliant footballer, and he's so key to the way that Luke Williams wants to play, so he has to be in there for me. John Bostock is your more box-to-box central midfielder. Again, brilliant technician, fantastic passing range, left-footed as well, so he gives you a bit of balance on that side. And partnering him, I would go with Dan Crowley. Very good going forward, creative player who can score goals from midfield. You need that if you're looking to challenge for promotion. And obviously, your 2 strikers being David McGoldrick and Macaulay Langstaff. I don't need to give any reasoning to why I think them 2 need to be the starting strikers. On the bench then, you could have Sam Slocum, Richard Brindley, who can play right back or right centre back, Geraldo Badrami, who's more of a central centre back, Jim O'Brien as well. Again, he was also with Bradford City a couple seasons ago. In the season we got relegated, but I was a big fan of Jim O'Brien. He's not only his off the pitch that he brings, but his leadership and commitment on the pitch. He always gives you 110%. I was a big fan of Jim O'Brien, and I was actually quite sad to see him leave in the end. I'd also have Jody Jones, Will Randall, and Junior Marias. So again, Sedwin Scott doesn't even potentially make my 18-man squad, so he's absolutely crazy. Obviously, I think in the National League you only get 5 subs, so coming up into League 2 and getting them 2 extra subs while being able to make 5 is going to be very key for a team like Notts County, who are going to have that strength in depth, a really good quality squad. And in my opinion, I personally think Notts County will achieve back-to-back promotions at the first time of asking, and they'll be playing League 1 football this time next season. I'm going to leave it there though for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 100 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already, with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so, and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below. Let me know where do you think Notts County will finish this season, and as a Notts County fan, what would be your starting 11 if everybody was to be fit? Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow at 4 o'clock for another one. Peace.